Welcome to the first edition of At the Table with NEA-Alaska. I'm Tom Kleymeyer, and I have the honor of serving as your statewide president. At the Table is designed to provide you with concise updates about the state of public education in Alaska, ways to get involved, and resources to help improve the lives of students and educators. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel so you never miss an update, and please share this video on your social media channels. Today, we're going to look at the issues impacting public education and educators right now. First up, let's quickly talk about what's happening in Juneau. As most of you know, it took roughly a month for the House to organize, which under normal circumstances would have placed them way behind schedule. Add COVID-19 into the mix, a slim majority in the House, and what we're left with is a legislature that's unlikely to finish their business on time. Despite these challenges, though, legislation and budgets are moving through the process that directly impact you, our students, and Alaska as a whole. So first up, let's talk about the Alaska READS Act. This bill was first introduced last legislative session before failing to cross the finish line. This year it was reintroduced as Senate Bill 8. After several hearings in the Senate Education Committee, we were feeling fairly confident that its goals of providing expanded access to pre-K and improved reading outcomes would receive bipartisan support and quickly move to Senate Finance. But as we all know, nothing is as it seems in Juneau. The Senate Education Committee, chaired by Senator Roger Holland, combined SB 8 with Senate Bill 42 by Senator Shelley Hughes in order to create what's called a committee substitute. It's now referred to as the Academic Improvement and Modernization Act, or AIM. That committee substitute is now called SB 111. Educators have been deeply involved with crafting this legislation. Some of the improvements that we've been involved in haven't translated very well into SB 111. It is early in the process, but our priorities have not changed. We'll continue to advocate for high-quality, universal, voluntary pre-K for all Alaska children. We'll continue to oppose any retention of students based on their performance on standardized tests. And we'll continue to advocate that any effort to improve student outcomes should include culturally responsive curriculum and interventions. The pre-K components of SB 111 have some real promise, but we'll have to keep an eye on the details as the bill moves forward. As updates become available, you'll be among the first to know. Next is our issue that our state has been grappling with since oil prices crashed over 6 years ago: Alaska's fiscal crisis. Even with oil prices recovering a bit and an infusion of federal relief dollars, Alaska still faces a $1 billion deficit, with a B. As legislators balance their constitutional duties to fund essential services with providing a permanent fund dividend and then other spending priorities, there's sure to be fireworks. Our top issue related to the budget is making the case that we hold our students and schools harmless next year. Stable and reliable funding for public education has huge impacts on Alaska, educators, students, and our communities as a whole. Be on the lookout for opportunities to testify in the coming weeks. Shifting our focus now to Washington, D.C., Congress recently passed and President Biden signed into law the American Rescue Plan Act, which will provide Alaska with approximately $1.3 billion in COVID-19 relief funding. Of that, over $300 million is allocated to public education. With Alaska's grim fiscal outlook, this aid will be a critical shot in the arm for many districts struggling with lower student enrollment and costly COVID mitigation measures for their classrooms and schools. This latest round of support for local and state education programs can be used broadly, from hiring teachers to support staff to ventilation and mitigation equipment. As these funds are allocated, NEA-Alaska will be working closely with local associations, the State Department of Education and Early Development, and the legislature to ensure there's equity and transparency and educator voice in deciding how they're deployed. It's been said countless times, but this past year has been difficult for all of us. I want to thank each and every educator who spent the extra hours and gone the extra miles to support Alaskan students. Whether they're in the classroom, in front of you on your computer, in our maintenance and IT departments, by delivering meals, computers, or just being there for a student in need, your efforts have not gone unnoticed. Well, that's it for the inaugural episode of At the Table. We'll be using this format to keep you informed, but as your president, I can do my best work when I hear directly from you. If you have questions or ideas for a topic to cover in future episodes, please add it to the comments below. Also, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Take care of yourself and each other. Be safe. Keep up the good work. And thank you so much for watching.